Should we get on to the nerdy news of the week?
I think we shall.
So it was a pretty busy week.
Yeah, it was actually for news.
So it started off on Friday as I was going to see Ant-Man with the Marvels poster got announced, released. Very cool poster. It was nice to get a big heads poster for once.
Yeah, a bit more thought put into it.
And I didn't realise until after I got out of the film, but it also was used to announce a delay to the film being released.
Smart move.
Yeah, it was set to come out in July. It's now coming out in November.
Which
is a decent sized delay.
It is, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not crazy.
Yeah, and it also takes it out of a very competitive July and June and puts it into a November that while there are a lot of big films coming out, it can dominate more.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that's part. They might have needed a delay anyway, but they might have decided on November as the landing spot because of what it would be competing with.
Yeah, I imagine maybe it needed a bit of a delay, but they were like, you know what, let's just push it back to here.
Yeah.
One at a time.
It can be ready by mid-September or early October. Let's delay it a little bit longer because it's an easier window and it can make sure we're definitely done.
Yeah.
Or it's not supposed to be ready till January and they've gone, we'll give you a bit more time, make it work. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe the VFX studio is getting pushed.
And then we got a really rogue rumour. And
which
it seems to be that a lot of people plugged in have heard this rumour from sources.
I feel like
but none of them seem that confident in it.
Well, I feel like this is a rumour that has popped up in the past, but then kind of got shut down. And then it's weird that it's popping up again.
Yeah. So there's apparently heavy rumours circulating that Grant Gustin could be replacing Ezra Miller in the DCU. Here's the issue. A, they've missed the boat on using Grant Gustin in films. The man has been the Flash for 10 years now. It just doesn't really work when you're trying to reboot. Because what you're going to end up having is you're going to end up having a Flash actor who's older than the Superman actor, which just seems wrong.
Unless they pull him from a different... You've also got to remember, we haven't had men... Like, from the DCU slate, there's no place for Flash in that.
That is also very true.
So it's like, is this more rumor on the fact of like, we're going to get a Flash further down the line and him being older maybe will work and they can bring him in from another, I don't know. But I feel like they've missed the boat.
You ready for my hot prediction / guess?
Here we go.
There has been a miscommunication with this rumor.
Okay.
Grant Gustin is not replacing Ezra Miller. He's got a massive cameo in the Flash film. And
possibly
someone who shouldn't have access to that information has seen that
and thinks it's him replacing it.
Misconstrued it and said that, given that information out, and that's why people aren't confident in it.
Do you know what I also think this rumor might have come from?
Well,
someone has asked, because obviously the Flash TV show is coming to an end, isn't it?
This is the last season going on currently, I believe.
What if this has just come from someone asked James Gunn about the Flash, and he just made some offhand comment of like, we don't have a Flash plan, but I've loved seeing what CW did with the Flash, and Grant. It probably just made some comment being like, Grant Gustin played a great Flash in the Flash TV show.
I don't think there's a lot of weight to these rumors at all, but it just seems to be a lot of big sources were mentioning it, but none of them seem that confident about it, which is really interesting. They're all hearing the same stuff, but no one seems that confident with the information.
I also find it hard to I could be wrong, but I find it hard to believe that Grant Gustin would want to finish doing the Flash TV show, which has been a big part of his career, to then actually, I'm going to jump straight back into another Flash role for like multi-year. Like, I feel like he's gonna
want to do something else.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I
A TV actor doing the same role for 10 years makes it pretty difficult to get work anyway. Why would you double down by doing a film as that character and then just never being able to work again? The only way I can see him being Barry Allen in the DCU is if they want to do a Wally West Flash and they
okay.
just want Barry to be there for the first film.
Yeah, like a bit
In
older
which
maybe.
case that can work. But at the
I
same point, then, unless they're going to bring the Wally from the Flash TV show, you kind of go, well, why bring in
yeah,
Grant Gustin in?
I think they've missed their trick of like we've said before, they should have always tied in the TV show to the films, and that was a missed trick. And I feel like this rumor's come from someone being like, "Oh, we've got DCU now. Maybe we can finally tie in."
Exactly.
And it's
Someone's
just,
heard, oh, all of our films and TV shows and games are going to be in the same universe, and they've gone, oh, so Grant Gustin's the Flash.
yeah,
Anyway, big news from Marvel.
yes,
Tom Holland has signed his contract for Spider-Man 4 and beyond, although it doesn't say how many films it is because they don't release that information anymore because people are using it to predict who was dying very accurately. But also on top of that, he is rumored to be the lead character of Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, which is fucking huge. And I'm telling you now, if he's going to be the main character of Secret Wars, we are not getting the symbiote in the college trilogy. Unless, oh well, maybe in Spider-Man 5 if that happens after Secret Wars. But we won't be
yeah. I
getting
think
the
it's
symbiote in
yeah,
film number 4.
it's gonna
Because
come
Secret
later.
Wars is the perfect way to bring in the symbiote, like the way it was done in the comic. And then you can have Spider-Man 5 be the first film after Secret War, like Far From Home was the first film after Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
No, was Far From Home the first film after Endgame? Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
And then he's got this new suit.
I think I don't think we'll get symbiote anytime. Obviously, we're gonna remember that little bit got left in it from
Yeah.
Venom. So like
Mm-hmm.
it's knocking about, but it doesn't make sense for it to like instantly find him.
No, not at all.
So I do think you're right, like we'll get that later. But very big to have him being in a big part in Kang Dynasty and Secret War. I think
Yeah.
that's gonna be also leads with the idea of, because we're obviously gonna have more Shang-Chi,
Mm-hmm.
Way of the Spider.
I'm so desperate for it.
I think if he's going to be playing a big part, Shang-Chi's definitely going to be playing a big part. Like, there's got to be some.
It would be very cool to see Spider-Man upping himself. He'll be a bit more experienced, having been like a hero without anyone to rely on for a little while. I'm here for it.
In before college era, now he's like, oh, I'm going to go to a night class and learn some martial arts, and it happens to be Shang-Chi teaching it, and then
Yeah,
they both realize that they're.
yeah, I'm so down for whatever.
Starts having one-on-ones. Spider-Man.
And then, I mean, even more just big film news. So apparently, Doctor Strange 3, which we were hearing rumors might get boosted up the schedule, has apparently been added to the production schedule now.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, we've been hearing rumors for a little while that they might bump Doctor Strange 3 up. It looks like that may have happened. Maybe not.
It seems like it's happened. Yeah.
Venom 3 has been confirmed to have entered pre-production by Tom Hardy. As far as I know, pre-production is just like
Writing.
we're working on it.
Yeah.
Like
it's like finishing writing and prepping like stage stuff and all that, like early
working out what actors we might need to cast for new roles and stuff.
Set design and all that shit.
And Eternals 2 has apparently been added to the production schedule. Which I think is a bit more of a surprise. I think we were pretty confident that wouldn't be for a little while after some mixed reviews to the first one, but maybe not.
I think something they've obviously, their original plan is obviously they've been doing some shifting around of storyline plan and what ties into what. I think they've obviously they've gone, we kind of need Eternals 2 for a certain storyline thing to
I
happen.
would agree.
Same reason why they brought Doctor Strange 3 forward. There's obviously some storyline reason for it.
I don't know why I've got a feeling Guardians 3 might kind of play into Eternals too.
Mm,
There are any real like
yeah.
spacey characters cutting about.
Eternals 2 is clearly going to play into like Celestials.
Mm.
So yeah. Whether also into Doctor Strange 3, maybe?
Maybe. I expect Doctor Strange 3 will be to set up Secret Wars because of
Yeah.
incursions.
Yeah.
Um,
Venom 3 though, question. Do
go on.
you think after we had the whole little fun crossover into the Spider-Man film, do you think Sony is gonna be more one like is this now Venom is canon?
Venom is
It's a
going to
multiverse,
be
but it's
an okay film like Venom 1 and Venom 2 were, because of Tom Hardy and Andy Serkis. If not for them, it would be a giant piece of crap, just like Morbius and just like Craven the Hunter is going to be.
well, do you think they will lean into it being slightly tied into the MCU now as well? Like
No, I think they're going to try and force Morbius into it because of what they tried to do with
shit.
Morbius and the Vulture at the end of the Morbius film.
That's a good point. Forgot about that. Kind of erased
Yeah,
that from my memory.
yeah. But even bigger news from the MCU, which broke literally as we were about to start recording, and I'm very
Yes.
excited about. Stephen Yeun,
Yes.
is joining the MCU. He'll be making his debut in the Thunderbolts. It will be a significant role, and he's going to be integral to the future of the MCU.
Which is
I have,
interesting.
we were racking our brains at the beginning here, and I have one character that instantly comes to mind. In Amadeus Cho.
Yes. Which is a
Other than that,
Hulk
I
character.
yes, a Korean American Hulk character, which Stephen Yeun is as well, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but other than that, I don't know who it could be.
Well, your
But
other
he's a phenomenal
theory
actor.
was Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah, that was something I said. I think he could do a really
Yeah.
cool Nightcrawler. But
Which
I don't know if that's what it would be.
we've got to
Um,
remember, Thunderbolts is going to be. It's the mismatch of like, what's he called? The agent or American agent guy,
yeah, US agent.
US agent. There's apparently going to be um Black Widow's sister,
Yeah, Yelena,
Elena. Um,
Bucky, Red
potentially
Guardian,
uh the Mr. Thunderbolt, Red Hulk,
Red Hulk. Yeah.
potentially.
Oh my god, yeah. Sorry. He's got to be Amadeus Cho.
So yeah, it
Well,
potentially is.
if we're getting Thunderbolt Ross, Amadeus Cho's got to be involved, surely. Get the whole Hulk fam in. We're bringing the X-Men in. Spider-Man's going to be dominating through Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Marvel are shifting over to the original Golden Trilogy of Wolverine, Hulk, and Spider-Man.
Possibly then, yeah. I think also Nightcrawler would work as a way to introduce, like I was
Yeah,
saying when we were talking about it earlier, is it works as a way to introduce mutants properly,
yeah.
or like a
He,
recognized name mutant.
yeah. He's recognized enough that people be like, okay, cool, X-Men.
Yeah,
But he's not so big everyone will be like, oh well, he should have just got his own film. Like a Cyclops or a Wolverine would be expected to get. Um, what I will say is Stephen was very popular on The Walking Dead, although I never watched it,
mm-hmm.
and he is phenomenal in Invincible. Granted, that's just voice acting, but still acting.
Still,
So I like this. He's a well-respected actor. If they've trusted him with a significant and integral role to the future of the MCU, I'm fucking here for it.
yeah, I do think. I think your theory with Hulk fam side, the fact we're gonna get Red Hulk.
Bit of Amadeus Cho, who's a very popular character, um, could be exactly what we need. Especially because it looks like that deal for Marvel to get the exclusive rights of Hulk back hasn't happened. maybe this is the way they're going instead.
Maybe.
Also, one other thing that I forgot to add on.
Oh.
Aquaman had
Oh yeah.
pre-screenings. And
Mm.
apparently they flopped very hard and people walked out.
People
That
walked
is
out
so rare.
of a
I didn't realize.
free
Yeah.
viewing.
Apparently, it's almost unheard of for people to walk out of test screenings because sometimes they're paid to be there because they have to like give their opinion. Sometimes it's free. But it's never going to cost the person money to go see it. And you get and a lot of the reason people like doing it is because I get to see something that no one else has seen yet.
Well, there's also
they were like, this is so dog shit. I just want my time back.
The whole premise is like you're going to essentially review it for them so they can get a feel. Like for you to walk out halfway through shows that like. But this isn't the first time. Like it's had a fuck ton of test screenings and none of them have really done great. From what we've heard, it's like people have been saying like, yeah, this has been going on for a while and everyone's been like boring, or people have said it's worse than the first one, or it's like I stand by what we said episodes ago on the podcast of when they announced that Flashpoint was happening and then the DCU, this film means fuck all anymore. And it's gonna pay the price. It's whatever they do, it's not gonna feel worth it. It's got the whole drama around certain people in the film that we don't need to get into. It's just, I think, unfortunately, the best thing that's going to come from this is maybe because it's going to flop and it's not going to be used, it opens Jason Momoa up to do Lobo.
Yeah.
I think that's the only positive.
Yeah, I completely concur.
I don't think they're going to care if it flops, to be honest. Not massively.
And that wraps up a very busy Nerd News Network segment. It's been kind of quiet the last few weeks, and then just everything got thrown in our faces.
Yes.
Just all up in the face.